Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with aBlogtoWatch. Please subscribe to our videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is a review of the Citizen EcoDrive 1. This specifically is the reference AR5000-76E. I really like this watch. I was in Japan when Citizen formally announced the EcoDrive 1 collection in early 2016, I believe it was. Or was it 2017? I'm actually getting, no, it was 2000. It was in 2016 for sure. Wow. All my travel is just sort of like blurring together now. I was very impressed with this. What you're looking at here is the thinnest light-powered watch in the world. So Citizen EcoDrive is a movement technology that they developed. A few other companies have light-powered movements. I think Citizen sort of does it the best. Light enters through the dial. It passes through the dial to a photovoltaic cell, and then it powers a battery that you don't need to change. And in this movement, which is incredibly thin, that battery at maximum charge will last for 100 days. So there you see how thin the watch is. Wow, right? It's literally about as thick as the bracelet. Interestingly enough, when the deployment clasp is closed, it is thicker than the actual watch case itself, which is funny because when you wear it on your wrist, this side of the watch is actually thicker than the actual case and dial side of the watch. I am really in love with this timepiece. I think they did an amazingly good job. It is an enormous technical feat. I mean, think about all the things there. There's a sapphire crystal. Like I said, there's the dial. There's the photovoltaic cell. There's the hands. There's the movement, which is made of about 85 parts. So this is, and they really made it slick. This is a nice looking dressy watch. Look at those legible hands. The hands are contrast finished, just like I like, meaning one side of the hand is satin finish while the other side is polished, so they're always legible, but they look cool. Easy to read hour markers, clean dial, cool like rivets there on the bezel. The bezel is, I think it's, what material was it? It is, it's not steel. Most of the watch is steel. It is cermet, that's right. Because one of the issues in a watch this thin is durability. A while ago, Concord had a watch called the Delirium. And the Delirium was a very thin quartz watch, not light-powered. And the Delirium had a reputation for bending. You could literally like sit on the watch or just do something wrong with it, and you would bend your watch. And so Citizen, look at that. Wow. It's like it's not even there. Like wearing this watch is a strange experience. So the Delirium bent, and Citizen's like, well, with our ultra thin, we can't have that happen. So there's a lot of engineering into durability, and cermet, which is a ceramic metallic sort of hybrid material, is more rigid than steel, and part of that, prevention from the watch, bending. I wouldn't step on it, I wouldn't test it, but I do have enough faith in Citizen that they did what they need to do to make sure that the watch is as durable as it can be for being 2.98 millimeters thick. The movement itself is about 1 millimeter thick, and the case is just 2.98 millimeters thick. There are versions of this on a strap. I do like the bracelet because it makes me feel like I'm wearing a more substantial watch. There's a limited edition version as well, which is much more expensive. It has some fancier materials. If you really want to spend the $6,000 on the limited edition, by all means, this one is by no means an inexpensive watch, but a lot more affordable. This is one of my favorite ones because the dial has as much legibility as it does. You'll be able to see in the photography that we publish along with the written review some of the dial details. There's an interesting texture, but it's so hard to find a super clean Japanese watch dial that just has the time. As a dress watch, I love it. The case is supposed to be 40 millimeters wide, but that's with this crown guard here, which is actually very useful, and the crown is a nice little, I think it's like an octagonal shape. It's not round, which I like. So it wears a little bit thinner. It wears closer to a 39 because of the fact that one of those millimeters or two is in the crown guard here. But as you can see, it's not a small watch. I'd say it's a medium watch. It's a dress watch. Who wants this watch? Anyone impressed by how thin it is? Damn. It is very comfortable, easy to see. I just like how you go from this to this, and it's like you didn't even know that there was this dial there because it was just so crazy thin. And again, look, the top of the watch for the case is actually thinner than the bracelet. That just blows my mind. On a strap, there are a few versions on the strap. It's going to be a little bit more of a quote-unquote light look. I just thought it was great on the bracelet. And this is a nice bracelet. Screwed in links with a screw bar as opposed to tension links. Just overall, one of the nicer high-end Citizens. And again, it's not trying to be something that someone else made, like, oh, this is the Japanese version of a mechanical dress watch. Okay, there's enough of those. Seiko arguably does that very well. Citizen has some very nice ones, but they only sell them pretty much inside of Japan. So this is their ultimate dress watch. And for a lot of people, I think it's perfect. Just the time, elegant, like there's a story of it being thin. Like it's so comfortable. You can wear it with anything. It's going to fit under like any sleeve you can fathom. And, you know, a lot of people really like thin watches. I mean, it's a thing, you know, ultra thin. You can't get any thinner than this. I mean, again, I think there's probably a slightly thinner one that's battery powered, but it's an eco drive. You get all the convenience of never having to deal with a battery, anything like that. So as you can tell, I'm a big fan. Again, this is the Citizen Eco Drive 1. Case is 2.98 millimeters thick. It's about 40 millimeters wide. Just a really great design. Fun to wear, really cool quartz movement. This is why I think quartz is definitely still relevant. Very attractive looking, and just overall a very nice timepiece to wear. I think Citizen did an excellent job. Price is on the higher side for sure for a Japanese watch, but I still think that you get a lot of watch for your money. And in addition to the technology, it is a very nicely made watch. The Citizen Eco Drive 1 on this bracelet retails for $2,600. And you can see the full review on aBlogtoWatch. Thanks.